Homewood Flossmoor and Michigan City meeting again tomorrow night. That is our PFR game of the week.
Michigan City's got a tough matchup coming up on Friday when they take on Homewood Flossmoor, a team that they did not do very well against last year. Let's say we talked to a coach that has won 10 games, an average of 10 games in his last 4 years. It is Craig Bouzea, the former coach of the Portage Indians, now joining us here on the program. And Coach, long time no talk to. How you doing?
Tommy, thanks for coming. Welcome to Flossmoor and glad to have you here.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate that. What can we expect from Flossmoor? It's your first game. We talked before we went on the air. No scrimmages for you guys, unlike Michigan City, who had a scrimmage and a game under their belt. You have none of the above. How much of a disadvantage is that going to be?
Well, I think it's always a disadvantage anytime you play an opponent that has a game under their belt. And on top of that, you play one of the best teams I've seen over in Indiana for a long, long time. And we certainly got our work cut out for us.
I'm sure you've seen tape on Michigan City in their game against Griffith last week. What concerns you the most?
On offense, the amount of weapons they have. And I know all summer long we've heard about this transfer quarterback that was coming into Michigan City, and then I guess he didn't come. But after looking at the guy that they have, I don't know why you'd want to transfer him. I mean, this guy is like watching Mike Vick run around. So they're very diverse. They're very well coached. Phil has done a fantastic job with that program. It's going to be a heck of a matchup for us.
Playing a team that you basically destroyed them last year. You know they remember that. And we talked about the other disadvantages you have coming into this matchup. How much of a challenge is that for you as a coach?
I think when we go out there this week, it'll be equal talent on both sides of the ball. They got talent everywhere, and we got some of our own. And I think it's just going to be one of those things that our guys got to have a short memory. And I'm sure Phil's telling his team the same thing. They got to have a short memory, and it's two different teams at a different place, and we're looking forward to it.
Michigan City put some big numbers on the board against Griffith. How does your defense match up with that Michigan City team?
You know, our defense goes against us, for a lot of times. So, maybe that they'll be a little bit more accustomed to what Michigan City's doing. But without having much to go on as far as the scouting report, there's you just sort of have to play your base stuff. Our defense is certainly going to be challenged, and our offense is going to be very challenged with their defense, because I think their defense is as good as I've seen in a long, long time.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Let's say we head out to Michigan City to get their side of the story. Coach, you have a game under your belt and the scrimmages as well. How much of an advantage is that going to give you come Friday?
I'm sure it's somewhat of an advantage. I mean, at least our kids know transitional and have been under the lights with a crowd and with referees and obviously with the clock going. So I think that gives us a little bit of an advantage. But we're playing a really good football team, so they're going to know what's going on as soon as they step on the field.
A really good football team that kind of got the advantage of you last year in a big way. Did you let the kids look at film of that game last year, or did you just flat out burn it?
I mean, yeah. You got to learn from it. We tell our guys if we make it to the Dome, we won't play a team as good as the team we're going to play this Friday. I mean, they're an exceptional program, and they have a great coaching staff. Craig does a great job, and along with Zach and those guys. So we got our work cut out for us, but it'll make us better.
You mentioned Coach Bouzea. We talked to him, and he mentioned that he is really concerned about your quarterback, who is a first-year guy, and apparently had a pretty good game against Griffith.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce is doing a great job for us, and I think the one thing that's been good for him that gives us an advantage, if you want to say, is that Bryce has got to play in a game, So being a first-year starter, now he's done that on Friday night. He knows what that's all about, and he does a tremendous job. Bryce is doing a great job competing for us, making the right reads, smart kid, just a winner, no doubt about it.
And your biggest concern about Friday's opponent is?
They're just really good. I mean, we've got cats that match up with their cats. There's no doubt about it. The issue is they have more of them. Their depth concerns us. The size in their offensive line concerns us a little bit, and just the fact that they're week in and week out playing the powerhouse teams that they play. That's definitely an advantage. But I know our kids are going to play hard and want to get after it. We were undefeated at home last year, and it's the same goal this year. So we're going to give it the best we can.
Why do I get the feeling it's going to be a sellout here on Friday?
Well, I know it will be, and I hope that our fans continue to support us throughout the year, because I think great things are going to happen for our program throughout the remainder of this year.
Appreciate the time, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
All righty. Joe and Wayne, your turn.
I didn't know Coach Mason had kicking in his background.
I know. I thought he was an offensive lineman. Where did that come from?
Versatile.
But I'll tell you, this is going to be an outstanding game. You know, and as people look at this, they saw what Michigan City did last week, and Flossmoor, this is their first game. But Flossmoor is in that 7A, and they lost to Loyola, who went on to win the state championship.
Right.
You've got two coaches, Craig Vizia, okay, and Phil Mason. Mason's now at Michigan City. Vizia was at Michigan City. He was at Portage. You know the difference in this one? Homewood Flossmoor constantly has Division I backs and athletes being recruited year in and year out.
They also got a lot more students.
Yes.
So that gives you more players, and
That's true.
And you know, an opportunity to have bigger players because you have
Right.
more players. So definitely, that's this is you know, it's great that Michigan City has scheduled this game
Yeah, I think
because
so too.
you know they haven't backed away from an opponent. And Coach Mason's right. This is they're not going to play a better team than this all year.
Right.
All right, there you see it. Flossmoor, obviously, a big-time school. Where they were in the state finals, I think, 2 years ago, right?
That's right.
And Michigan City, you know, on their home field, I think that's good. I think they were very successful last week. Their defense got off to a great start. This is a good barometer game for them.
Yes, and it's a good barometer for their quarterback, who is new. He played well last week. Can he play well against this type of an opponent?
Yeah, I think this has got outstanding matchup written all over it, Wayne. And it'll be whether or not Michigan City can hang. And I hope they are expecting a large crowd there
That's
tomorrow
what we've heard,
night.
you know, a sellout crowd.
Michigan City's football team should be one of the biggest things going in Michigan City now, especially after they got the LaPorte monkey off their back in the postseason last year with a convincing victory over the Slicers.
I agree.
Should be a great one tomorrow night. All